Love you all. Welcome all you lovers to the Florida Love Show. This is your love hour right before happy hour, sponsored by Florida Love. Join us each week as we spread love in the Florida community and transform the world with love. Now, back to spreading love.
This is for you, Kenny. It's the Florida Love Show, paying love forward is the theme. It's the Florida Love Show, hosted by Kenny and his dream. Every special guest brings their love to the set, and the interview flies, it all comes alive like a duet. He wears many hearts, so he has a very special side. In the Brooklyn Cafe, it's a big love buffet. With roses galore, men you are adored. Come take a bouquet. Show your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Follow this man. Live your dreams. Plan your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Show your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Follow this man. Live your dreams. Make your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Shine your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Love this man. Live your dreams. Make your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Give the gift of love and pay it forward and go. Give a kiss, give a hug. It's the Florida Love Show. Love you, Kenny.
Mwah. Love you, Shaz. So Shaz, the Florida Love Show singer. So life is short, and I welcome all you lovers to the Florida Love Show. So Monday of this week, this box was thrown from 40 feet above my, I'm sorry, like 6 feet above my head. See, I'm still dizzy from it. And it hit me in the head, straight in the head. I have a bruise right here, and I almost passed, could have split my head open. Life is short. I've never been clearer. I'm still woozy from it. So we only have now to love each other. So let's all love each other. That's why I created this dream, Florida Love, to create world love. So we all love each other as human beings. So I love you all, each and every one of you. So I just want to say, last week, I had Marty and Carol on my show. And it was amazing. So Carol ended up posting this week, and I just have to show everybody this post because it was just so moving what Carol wrote. So Carol wrote, she posted this, she wrote, "Good memories and an emotional experience on the Florida Love Show." She also wrote how it was so transformative for her relationship with her mom. So I love you, Carol, and I love you, Marty. It was an awesome show last week. So if you get a chance to watch it, watch last week's show. So this week, we are loving Elise Love, and I'm so excited to love her and her special dad, who's so, so, so handsome. We're loving her dad, Jack Love, Jack Goldberg. So I'm getting emotional. And he loved the lollipops, right? Yeah, so we're gonna love him. So every Florida Love Show is spontaneous. And again, so this week, Olivia Newton-John passed. World famous icon, grew up with her. I mean, everything. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna show you the news where I give out thousands of roses and say I love you. So you find out what Roses for Change, the worldwide love movement, is all about. Please play the two newses.
Welcome back. Now at 5:30, who couldn't use a little love right now?
One Pompano Beach businessman is making it his mission to spread love all around by giving out the flower of love to random strangers. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo has this heartwarming story.
There's an old song with lyrics that say what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Ken Lehrman is living that moment in a movement he created called Roses for Change.
We love you.
The idea for Roses for Change came about after the death of George Floyd and the turmoil that followed.
I felt their pain. And for me, I don't see color. I mean, I see us all as human beings. And we all can love each other. I mean, love is simple.
Ken, who owns his own printing business for 35 years, appropriately named the Happy Printer, decided to spring into action, purchasing dozens of roses he could hand out.
The first thing I did was I went to Whole Foods and I also went to Publix and I gave out roses to all the African Americans in the store. And I said, I love you. And they said, I love you back. And they said, God bless you. And they said, we need love more now than ever before.
Ken was so moved by the response, he posted pictures on Facebook, receiving 600 likes. Suddenly, Roses for Change on Facebook was born. His followers wanted to join him, buying roses too, and it's now become a movement, spreading love to people of all races. We recently caught up with them in Boca Raton.
I just want to say I love you. Have a wonderful day.
Michelle Bellman, who had never met Ken in person, wanted in on the love train and came out on this day to volunteer.
His message is just of love, and love yourself, and love one another. And he speaks to my soul, and he speaks to me because I love to spread love as well.
Some were skeptical, wondering if there's a catch to these random acts of kindness. But for those who understood it, it meant the world.
I think it's just amazing. This is really, really nice. You're really showing your love. You're taking your time to do this. Just amazing. And the red flowers, forget it. Just bringing brightness to this world. It's much needed. Thank you so much.
Seriously, so sweet.
Can you imagine what a world it would be like if we just all gave roses to each other instead of what's actually going on? Like, to me, that's a way to spread a message. Spread the message of love.
Lucky me, I received my rose. For more information on Roses for Change when they meet every Friday, go on to our website at cbsmiami.com. I'm Lisa Petrillo, Smelling Sweet, CBS 4 News.
We're continuing to bring you inspiring stories from our area about people changing their communities for the better. Tonight, WPTV News Channel 5's Chris Gilmore shares the story of a man on a mission to spread love, one rose at a time.
Roses are red and Ken Lehrman's suit is too.
Love you, Anthony.
If you see his bouquets, he has a message for you.
Man, love you, brother.
The 55-year-old loves love.
I love you.
And he now uses roses to let people know it.
No, I love you.
There's some pain behind Lehrman's purpose. His Roses for Change campaign began this summer after he and people across the country witnessed the fallout following the death of George Floyd while in police custody.
How can one human being do that to another human being? Like, I was crying. when I saw it.
Armed with roses and a message of love, Lerman says he wanted to reach those most affected.
I got to give this to all the African Americans. They're hurting.
His message has since caught on both online and in Palm Beach County, where he regularly shares love and roses to people of all colors. We caught up with Lerman with 100 of his favorite flowers in hand at the Milagro Center in Delray Beach.
A lot of learning goes on every day here in the Milagro Center, but today's lesson consisted of some flowers and 3 words going a long way.
I love you.
I was surprised and I was like, oh, I love you too.
A lot of these teens say it's been a while since they've heard those words directed at them, and even longer since they have been given flowers.
It was kind of weird at first. I was like, roses, giving someone flowers. It was kind of weird because I didn't expect that, but it's pretty nice. It's a really nice gesture.
He said, I love you, you stay safe, and he told my grandma happy birthday too.
Lerman says he hopes the connection he makes with strangers leaves a lasting impact.
That's my mission every single day, to spread love in the Florida community and transform the world with love.
Because maybe all you need is love. In Delray Beach, Chris Gilmore, WPTV News Channel 5.
And you can help us share stories that are inspiring South Florida. Just send us your ideas to Inspiring SFL.
Love you, Lisa Petrillo, first reporter. Love you, Chris Gilmore, second reporter. So at Florida Love, Chris Gilmore said, maybe all you need is love. We say, all you need is love. Love is everything. We also say, keep calm, because love is the answer. So love is the answer to everything. The other thing we say is, there's only one race, the human race. We're all the same. We're all human beings. We all have blood. I mean, look in these kids' eyes. So much love. So I don't see color. I just look in people's eyes when I speak to them. So let's all love each other. Again, I almost passed Monday. Life is short. I could pass right now. The other thing I say is, I love you. You're probably thinking you don't even know me. That's true. But if people can hate for no reason, I can love. So I love you all, each and every one of you. And the other thing we created at Florida Love is the Florida Loving Hug. Give someone a hug and say I love you every day to spread love all over the world. So I believe if I spread love to one person, it spreads to all human beings. So go out and love one person or love everyone. It's total freedom. So I love you all. Love you, love you, love you. Please comment. Please keep the comments coming. So we're going to love Olivia Newton-John right now. When she passed this week, I was crying. So first thing I'm going to show you is 2 biographies about beautiful Olivia Newton-John. Please play the 2 biographies.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man.
One of the best-selling artists of all time, a household name and Australia's sweetheart.
I'm hopelessly devoted to you.
Born in England in 1948, she came to live in Melbourne when she was 5. It wasn't an easy childhood.
My parents divorced when I was about 10 years old, and I moved into an apartment with my mum. It was a hard time.
See the sun in the sky.
Music became her life.
Riding high at Christmas time, down under.
Winning a singing competition took her to London and the beginning of stardom.
What would I care?
Performing in clubs and appearing on television, people began to take notice.
Last summer, down by the banks of the Ohio.
America loved her even more.
I'm not madly ambitious that I want to be a huge star or anything like that. I just would like to get better at what I'm doing. You know, I just enjoy the work. I love doing it, and I travel a lot and I meet great people. I have a ball.
Let me be there, Olivia Newton-John.
She won her first Grammy in 1974 at the age of 26. In all, she won 4. And she would go on to sell more than 100 million albums.
I've tried to grow and stretch a little bit each time I've made an album, which is usually when I get the chance to try out new material. And I'm getting braver and braver. Hopefully I'll go crazy the next one.
Summer loving happens so fast.
It was Grease and the role of Sandra Dee opposite John Travolta that catapulted her to international fame.
We go together like
It became one of the most successful musicals in movie history.
Chang, chang, changity, changity, bop. That's the way it should be. Wow, yeah.
She changed her image for the next album and brought out her most controversial song, Physical. It was banned in several states in the US. With her young daughter, she changed focus, launching a chain of clothing stores with her special Down Under brand. But it all came to a halt when she was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 44.
3, 2, 1.
She talked openly about her battle and, in the following 2 decades, raised hundreds of millions of dollars, creating her own wellness centre and research institute with groundbreaking treatments and cutting-edge technology. This was to become her legacy. In 2008, she married American entrepreneur John Easterling.
What do I love about him? I love everything about him.
Come take my hand. You should know.
Her cancer battle returned in 2013. And 4 years later, she postponed her North American tour when a third tumour was discovered in her lower back.
I think you need to make a decision in life, how you're going to handle situations. And I have my moments, I'm human, but basically I think I'm a pretty positive person.
I'm always traveling.
Olivia Newton-John was named and remains an Australian treasure. Her place in the hearts of millions, the girl next door, the entertainer, the woman of compassion, will always be remembered.
I've had an amazing career, amazing journey. I still wonder at it myself and go, I don't know how I did this, but I feel very lucky that I have, and I'm really grateful to all the people that were there on my path and helping me down it, because it's been amazing.
Olivia Newton-John shot to stardom opposite John Travolta in the musical blockbuster Grease. It was 1978. She was 29 years old, but played an innocent teen in love with a boy from the other side of the tracks.
I'm hopelessly devoted to you.
Newton-John first won over devoted fans as an award-winning singer in the early 70s.
Let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night.
Let Me Be There earned her a Grammy Award for Best Country Female Vocal Performance. And her 1974 chart-topping hit, I Honestly Love You, won the Grammy for Record of the Year.
Love you. I honestly love you.
Over the course of her career, Newton-John sold more than 100 million albums, scored multiple #1 hits, including Magic from her box office dud Xanadu, and one that showcased her sexier side. Born in England, Newton-John moved to Australia at the age of 5. By the time she was a teenager, she was already performing on Australian TV shows like Bandstand. In addition to her singing, Newton-John was well known as a tireless advocate for breast cancer research and early detection. She was diagnosed with the disease in 1992, and her successful treatment inspired her to help others.
I'm really thrilled that now I can give back in some way and try and help other women who are going through that experience, because it's a very difficult thing to go through alone.
The Australian singer faced another crisis in 2005 when her boyfriend Patrick McDermott went missing during a fishing trip off the California coast. He was never found.
The pain will always be there. I'll always miss him. I love him. I miss him. But, you know, I can't do anything about it. We don't know what happened, and I don't know if I ever will know what happened. But I've tried to go forward and do something positive with it by creating music for myself and hopefully for others.
And she never stopped creating music, performing into her 60s during a 3-year residency at Las Vegas's Flamingo Casino.
Have to believe we are magic.
Newton-John's breast cancer returned in 2013. In 2017, she was diagnosed with spine cancer. Despite life's challenges, she always remained grateful.
I don't think I'd change anything because I've had such an amazingly interesting life and done so many things and never planned on any of them really except singing because that's all I could do.
John Travolta has just posted reaction to the death of Olivia Newton-John. This is on his Instagram page. My dearest Olivia, you made all of our lives so much better. Your impact was incredible. I love you so much. We will see you down the road and we will all be together again. Yours from the moment I saw you and forever. You're Danny, you're John.
Wow, life is short. So I love you, Olivia. So I'm going to play two of her most famous hits. Again, she sold 100 million records. She opened this cancer institute to help others with breast cancer and cancer. And look, she even had a boyfriend who got lost on a boat and she never found out why. Life is short. You know, we never know. We only have now to love each other. Love you, Olivia. Love you, John. So we go together. Let's always be together. So I love you all. So we have a group called Love Songs at Florida Love with over 312,000 people. Two girls from the Philippines wanted to dedicate songs to Olivia Newton-John. So I'm going to play those two songs. Please play those two songs.
Maybe I hang around here a little more than I should. We both know I got somewhere else to go. But I got something to tell you that I never thought I would. But I believe you really ought to know. To answer, I see it in your eyes. Maybe it was better left unsaid. This is pure and simple, and you must realize that it's coming from my heart and not my head. I love you. I honestly love you. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm not trying to make you anything at all. But this feeling doesn't come along every day, and you shouldn't blow the chance when you've got the chance to say I love you. I love you. Honestly love you. Were born in another place and time, this moment might be ending
Love you, love you, love you. So she's only 11 years old, from the Philippines. So join Love Songs and you'll find love from all over the world. Everybody wants to love and be loved. So you're hopelessly devoted to Jack, aren't you, Elise? So Jack is amazing. I mean, I love Jack so much. So much, so much, so much. I just want to take him out here. So please tell me about Jack.
You want me to tell you about Jack? There's not enough time. I'll tell you a little. There's just not enough time to tell you about this amazing man. And when you first held that picture up, all I did was start crying. So my mom and dad met when they were 9 years old. They went steady when they were 14, eloped when they were 16, and had 5 children by the time they were 24 years old. We were raised in a house full of children, including our parents. And it was amazing. We grew up together. We played games together. We had no idea that we had no money. We didn't know that. We had each other. We played so many games. It was so much fun. My dad was the life of the party. He was a jokester. I mean, he would booby trap our house. We'd open a cabinet and poof. I mean, you know, as a kid, that's kind of like just, there were so many stories I couldn't even begin to tell you. And as we talk, they'll come to me. But my mom and dad were the greatest love story I have ever heard. And for you to honor my dad and my mom today is so touching to me. Kenny, I love you so much. And I miss my mom and dad, but I feel like they've never left. They have left such a mark in this world. They loved so much from the moment they met. And they were such young kids. They never even went out and like dated anyone else. They were together. This is what they were going to do. And I believe their song was that one that said, they say it wouldn't last. I don't remember the lyrics of the whole song, but they said it wouldn't last. Well, they proved them wrong because they were married over 60 years when my mom passed. And she passed really young. My mom was only 74 years old. So, and my dad lost the will to live at that point. He did live on about 6 years more, I believe, six to 7 years more. But he lost that will to live because the love of his life was gone. And he had gotten a little dementia. So he had really, sometimes we had to remind him that she wasn't there. And, but the fact that he didn't even know that sometimes was a blessing. So the only thing I can really say about my dad is he was love, both of them. And he created 5 of the most, and if I can say this, most amazing siblings ever. How many families, when someone passes, they're so busy trying to give things to each other rather than take. They're not, we were taught from a very young age, I heard this all my life, you will never fight over anything or money, ever. And you will always honor your parents' wishes. So they made sure and put that in there, which we did. And the 5 of us are very close. We're all, up until recently, we were all in our 60s. My sister just turned 70. My youngest brother is now 62. So the youngest, I think he's 62. He might be 63. He might be lying. He might be 64. Just kidding. But we were all very close, and they raised us that way. It was all about love. And to be on this show is such an honor, and to be able to honor my parents. But it all started with my dad. I know that, and my dad he is love. And then when he met my mom, there was no greater love match, ever. So, wow. I don't know what else to tell you, Kenny, other than
wow.
They
so
were
pure love. Yeah, so
wow.
let me show you some things, okay? Tell me about this.
Oh my gosh, that was the day they got married. And I will say for the second time, because they eloped when they were 16 and they couldn't tell anyone. Because back then you didn't do that. They lived in Kentucky, so they went across the river where they could get married at 16. And they eloped. And somebody, we're not sure who, signed that marriage certificate. So they eloped, and then in April, because it was time, they needed to share with the world and be married in the eyes of the Jewish law, which was in a synagogue by a rabbi. And that was what they did. And they had an amazing, you can see that dress. The back of that dress, there's a picture coming up. That's the longest train of any dress I have ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of dresses.
So how old are they here? I mean, they're like
She
gorgeous
was
Hollywood
16
couple.
and I believe he was 17.
So they're 16 and 17. They are. He's so handsome. She's so gorgeous and beautiful. They are stunning.
Yeah, they are. They were beautiful. They still are. I still talk to them every day. The most awesome part of that is they answer me. So
let me show you another.
Oh yeah, that is awesome. That's my brother Steve's 60th birthday. He's the one in the middle in the back. There's 3 boys, 2 girls, and it was an amazing upbringing. It was an amazing household. And to this day, we stay close. I mean, there was something they all did together last weekend. Of course, I'm not there. I'm in Florida. My youngest brother is moving to Florida very soon, and the rest still live in Kentucky. So, yeah, we get together often.
So this is Steve?
That's Steve in the middle,
Okay.
and Howard
Who's
is
this?
That's Howard. Howard is my oldest brother.
Okay.
And then Wayne is the youngest brother. He's the
Okay.
baby.
Okay.
And my sister Diane, who's the most awesome woman I've ever met. She's the most kind, loving, generous, always doing for someone else. Always. And that's my sister.
Yeah, so pure love.
And I know
So-
you think this might be my sister, but this is my best friend.
Yeah, so everybody asked me if you were twins. So they get married, 16, 17, and look at all this love they created. And we're not even getting into the kids, but we will.
There's
Miracle.
too many.
Yeah, miracle of love. Miracle. So if any of you are watching out there, I love you, we love you. Oh, this is so amazing. So tell me about this. This is my favorite picture.
Oh my goodness, my dad was in a nursing home. What happened was the year I got married, my mother had passed. And so I spent 3 days a week in Louisville from Indianapolis. I would drive back and be with her. My sister would do the other 3. We did 3.5 days each. And this is how we spent our last year together with our mom. And we were not the caregivers. Well, we started out as the caregivers. And then one day, after about 2 weeks, because they had given my mom 2 weeks to live. My mother lived for a year. It was amazing. But my sister and I started to lose our hair. And I said to my mom, there's something wrong with this picture, because we were able to joke always in our lives, no matter what. And I said, Mom, there's something wrong with this picture. Diane and I, you're the one, you have cancer and we're losing our hair. We need a caregiver. We need to be the daughters. And she allowed us to be the daughters. And from then on, I got to spend time laying in bed with her, making cookies. She would have me go get whatever she needed because she was always in the kitchen before that. So I'd bring in the ingredients. We'd make cookies or make something for someone. And one day we were making wedding cookies. And I thought it was for my sister-in-law because that was her favorite. It was also my favorite. But it was nice because we were making them for Jennifer. And my mom said to me at the end, she said, these were for you. It was so awesome. But my mom was always baking and making. She owned a deli. She owned a restaurant. She was an entrepreneur before she worked. I mean, but she was she was a mom and just caring for us kids all of her life. And then as an adult, somewhere when I think I was about 15 or 16, she had a deli that was her dad's. She took that over, and then she opened a restaurant with her brothers. And it was called, they were Sam, Anita, and Chuck Schneider. That was my mom's maiden name.
So your mom's Anita.
What's that?
Your mom is Anita.
Nina. And the name of the restaurant was, this was so cool. This was so my dad or my mom, one of them came up with this, Saks Food Avenue.
Wow.
And it was on Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky.
It's great. So your mom is Anita.
But my dad, I would go every weekend and be in Louisville with him the first year of my marriage. Actually the first year, but every year until he passed. So this is you kissing your
dad, right?
Pardon me?
This is you kissing your dad.
That's me kissing my dad.
This
Everyone
is the most
in our
beautiful.
family.
This is my favorite photo.
We
Talking
always
about
kiss.
love.
We
pure
kiss,
love.
we hug, we touch. That's how we were raised.
Every photo in the slideshow, I was crying because you're always touching and affection and loving and hugging and kissing. Most beautiful, beautiful family, all from your mom and dad. I'm getting emotional. And I love this photo. So
Most
tell
of
me
them-
about the day your father passed.
Wow. Well, there was humor, but there was also very much, sadness. But we all had always done what they had asked. My mother wanted to be at home, so we honored that. She stayed in bed and at home with caregivers and her family around her as she passed. And my dad was the social one, and he needed social. So he went on to a assisted living where all the guys he used to play ball with were all there, and he hung out with them, and we would all be there with him often. One of us was always there.
So tell me about the day your dad passed.
The day he passed was the day also we found out my brother had lung cancer, my brother Howard. It was a very, very, very emotional day. I remember the...
Is this Howard?
Yes. Howard's fine. Howard is cancer-free. Howard is amazing.
Okay, but you found out he had lung cancer the day your dad passed.
Yes, and the day he passed, it was, the doctor had said when I got there, because they said you need to come now. And so I went, and all 5 of us were with him, and he, the doctor said, this is not hours. I mean, this is not days, this is hours. And I got up and walked away. And my sister said, why were you so rude? I said, I'm not being rude. I'm spending the last minutes, hours, holding and touching my dad. And that's what we did. We all loved, we were all sitting around him. We told jokes, but he got the last laugh. Something happened. I won't go into that story. And we all cracked up because he did this right before he passed. He did something kind of funny, so that he got the last laugh.
So what did he do?
Well, it's a little bit of a long story, but it was part of one of us had touched the bed. They had said they were going to turn off the oxygen on the bed, and the bed was, they had a button at the bottom, and somebody pushed it, and my dad starts coming up, and he's coming up, and he's not slowing down. So I'm holding him. He's hanging there, and it was like he had the last laugh, and we were all just kind of cracking up. So we always ended up having humor in everything that happened, and that was one of our mechanisms that we used in our family for everything.
So
And
did you expect your dad to pass?
we had expected him to pass at that point. Of course we did, but
But can you ever prepare for your dad passing?
we were prepared. Nobody's ever really prepared,
Right.
but I would say we were prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, when it was time to start going and cleaning out the house, to me, that was one of my greatest memories, is watching all 5 of us, nobody wanting to take anything. Why don't you take it? Oh, look at this. You remember this? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Here, you have it. Oh, no, I want you to have it. And we finally, my brother, one of them said, somebody take something. It was just the way we were. And we still are. We would do anything for each other, always. And we can count on each other. There's not much of that anymore.
So on live TV, what would you love to say to your dad right now?
Oh, my dad loved lollipops. So every weekend when I would drive to Louisville to spend the weekend with him at this memory unit, that's when he was in a memory unit. Look at this man. He's in a nursing home. He's smiling all the time. And this is how I remember my dad.
So what would you love to say to him live right now? He's here with us.
Oh, he's always with me.
So what would you love to say to him?
I'm so grateful for all you taught me. He taught us, and my mom, they taught us morals. They gave us ethics. They taught us how to do the right thing no matter what was happening. And they were just amazing people. So I just want to say thank you to both of them. Thank you for letting me do that.
So you love your dad so much.
I worked with my dad the last 20-something years that he worked. And I was beside him every day, and he really taught me how to take care of people and help people in our business, but everywhere. He would drive across a state to save someone $5. And when I first asked him that one day that's a long way, Dad. It's $5. You know what he said to me? It makes a difference, and it matters to her.
Pure love. Pure love. So let me show you this, because the love keeps spreading.
Oh, Those are our, two of our nieces, or our nieces. It's not all our nieces, but this is Sloan on the picture. It would be on the, looking in the audience, it would be on the right. And Jaden is the redhead on the left. Sloan is now a doctor, and Jaden is a world-known opera singer. So we have a lot of talent in our family as well.
So Sloan is whose daughter?
Pardon me?
Sloan is whose daughter?
Sloan is Steve's daughter.
Steve's daughter.
And that's Wayne's daughter.
Wayne's daughter.
And that's my sister Diane in the back with me.
Beautiful.
But that's Thanksgiving a few years ago. We still, there's a lot of, most photos you'll see, we touch, we kiss, we love. So this is a perfect show for us.
Yeah, so the love keeps spreading. Just keep spreading. So I want to show the slideshow of your dad, because I want to show all the love and kisses and hugs in your affectionate, loving family and your dad. So please play the slideshow, Jack's slideshow. what's it like for you to see all those memories of your dad?
It's very touching, very touching. I had no idea I was going to cry so much over here. My Kleenex is smashed and soaked, but it's been very nice. There's a lot of, I will say this, I have other nieces, nephews that aren't in the photos because we could only do so many, and I just tried to get at least my siblings, and some of them, of course, had some nieces and nephews, but I have another nephew named Jordan. He's not in the photos. I have a niece named Corey. She's not in the photos. So there's, and I forgot the number. I sent you the number of kids, grandkids, and great-great-grandkids, and great-great-great-grandkids that they had, but I don't remember the number. Just know it was a lot.
Yes.
It was a lot.
So all from this.
Yes, all from that.
That's how love spreads.
I hope there's some of my family watching. If not, I'll send them the copy. I believe my sister probably is. But I want to just tell them all how much I love them, and I'm so grateful that we're all still together.
Beautiful, pure love. So I picked out a song to love you and all these beautiful memories, and love your dad and your family. You're just amazing, loving family. So please play that song.
Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another. For the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Memories may be beautiful, and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember. Whenever we remember the way we were, the way we It's an honor to sing to you, Miss Carson. Thank you.
So I love you so much, and I love Jack so much, and I love you so much too, Kathy. You are pure love, to love your friend and to be here today, and and hold her when she got emotional. That was so beautiful. So beautiful.
Thank you, Kenny.
So again, I love you so much, Elise. So
Thank
before
you for honoring my parents. Thank you. That means so much. It means more than anything anyone could do about me or for me. To honor my parents, I take every opportunity to do that, and you gave me the opportunity again today, and I'm so grateful.
So I love you so much, Elise. So before the end of the show, I'm about to end. What would you love to say to your dad live?
I love you. Thank you.
Beautiful. I love you. Thank you. So I love you and thank you for being on the Florida Love Show today. I love you and thank you, both of you. Love you,
Thank
love
you,
you, love
Kenny.
you.
Thank you, Kathy, for being here with me.
So I love all you lovers out there. Thank you for watching the Florida Love Show today. So we only have now to go out and love each other before we pass. So as I end every show, who could you give a rose to? I love you.
You've been listening to the Florida Love Show, where we've been spreading love in the Florida community. For more information, please contact me, Kenny Love, at 917-699-1995 or ken@florida-love.com or on our website, florida-love.com. See you next week, 3 p.m. Friday for the Friday Love Hour. Keep spreading love in your life and have a loving week. Love you all.